One of my stainless steel pots out. I was going to show you guys how much water is actually in the snow up here. I was going to actually show you how much water is in here. I'm going to pack this thing full of snow, hard pack it, so I push it down as much as I possibly can, full of snow, off the top of this pile right here, because I know that it doesn't have any animal whiz in it, lack of a better term. And I'm going to melt this water down and just show you how much water there actually is in it. I have done this in the past. We did this the first few years we lived up here. We did this for water, for some of our water, not for all of it, but for some of our water. And we kind of got out of the habit once we collected enough 5-gallon jugs and had a big storage tank inside the house, inside the cabins. We just kind of got out of the habit of doing that. But our first couple years we struggled getting things all set up, and money was tight, so we cut corners everywhere we could until I had enough saved up to be able to buy one of those big 100-gallon plastic tanks that I could put inside my cabin. So, but this is one of the things, and most of the time when I say we did it, most of it was Kara. Kara did most of it because she was home with the kids and homeschooling the kids and stuff, and that was the decision we made. It was, instead of her getting a job and letting the school system teach our kids, we sacrificed a little bit, and took us a little bit longer to get going financially, but it was the right decision to make as far as we're concerned. So we got to teach our kids the way we wanted to teach them. It's not like we did everything right, but I do believe that homeschooling our kids was the best decision we made. Anyway, that's getting off onto another tangent. So that's it right there, packed in there pretty tight. So we'll show you how much water is actually in this snow. And it's a fairly good sized pot. I'll measure it when I get it inside. So there we go. Inside, it's just a little wood stove, so it makes the pot look really huge. And it's really not. It's just a little wood stove. So that pot is about 10 inches in diameter and 9.5 inches tall. So I don't know if anybody can do the math on that, how many gallons or whatever, but it's it's the biggest pot that I had, stainless steel, that I could use. That didn't have any kind of plastic or anything on it. Okay, it hasn't been on the fire for very long. At this point, usually I'd be stuffing more snow in there, but I just want to show you how much water is actually in that amount of snow for this. But usually I'd be stuffing more snow in and just keep filling that throughout the day to because once you get a pool of water in there, it'll help melt the rest of the snow even faster. So if I had just a little bit of water in the bottom of that pot, it would melt the snow even faster. But this isn't taking very long at all. It never does. You do want to have a lid over the top of it so that you're not evaporating a whole bunch of your water away. That lid will catch the water, and it'll drip right back down in. You can see that some of the snow has moisture in it now. So, getting closer. Won't be long now. But, that pot's it's still empty. Almost empty, it looks like now. And so there you go. It's all melted down. You can see that there's a few pieces of junk in the bottom of the pan. So yeah, I would not use this for drinking unless I absolutely had to. And if I had to, I would boil it. I wouldn't just drink it from this position like it is right now. Or I would run it through a filtration system like a Berkey or any of the filtration systems. Going to get all the junk out, or most of the junk out. I would not use it to cook or drink unless it was boiled for at least 10 minutes. And I would filter it before I boiled it so that all of that junk was out of there too. One big speck that I know you can see right there. But yeah, definitely needs to be filtered. I would run this through a coffee filter and then boil it for 10 or 15 minutes before I drank it. Let's see how much water there actually is. So there's the first, there's 4 cups in that one. Okay, so I dumped the first 4 cups into this pan. Here's another 4 cups. Okay, so here is the bottom, and 4 cups. So probably right at 3 cups for, I don't know if you can see that. So 3 cups. So that's 11 cups of water out of that one pan of, or one pot of snow. So it's not bad out of it, but so this is still pretty wet snow. I'm going to throw that back on the pot, and I am going to just keep adding snow to it till that pot is full. And that'll give you a little bit better idea of how dirty the water is from the snow. See all of that stuff? And that is why I would not drink it. To drink that water. I would run it through my Berkey. I would run it through a Sawyer Mini, a Life Straw, any of those before I would drink that water. Or I would boil it for 15 minutes for sure. I'd run it through a coffee filter and then boil it for 15 minutes. I hope it inspires you to at least think about water collection and what you could do in an emergency situation. Say the electricity is out and your well is not working, so you need to collect water. Just lots of scenarios. A bad earthquake where you can't drive anywhere. You never know what might happen. I just hope that this inspires you to at least think about some water collection options that you have before you run into the emergency situation. Have a plan before the emergency situation happens. Thank you for watching Not So Remote Alaska. May God bless and keep each and every one of you. And with that, I'm out.